This your boy D Knows Ball back with another video. Hey man, I just realized every NBA playoff team in first round has already had 2 games under their belt. Now I'm gonna give my random thought about every first round playoff team after 2 games. If you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, all that there. Follow me on my socials, whatever. But I'm gonna start from west and go to east and vice versa. Okay, starting with the Thunder. This is the most disrespected 68 win team of all time in the history of the NBA, whatever you want to say. Because I seen Gilbert Arenas had a video, I didn't watch it yet, but it was like why the Thunder won't win the NBA championship. I seen a Jeff Teague video on Club 520 that I haven't watched yet. He was saying, is SGA shooting too much? And all I could think of was game one, Thunder versus Grizzlies, and how they beat them dudes by 50, man. Now, you could say what you want about the Grizzlies. They've been on a decline. They fired Taylor Jenkins. Bro, getting beat. Do y'all not understand how hard it is to lose by 50 points in the NBA playoffs? It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't care if they are coming out all those playoff wins. I mean, play-in wins and play-in games. So is everybody else. Miami literally made it from the 10 seed all the way to the 8th seed, and they didn't lose like that. They got blew out, but they didn't get blown out like that. A blowout is one thing, but to get to beat by 50, it means you professionals versus amateurs. You can put an amateur team against a professional team, and they get beat by 50. Like, that's just a crazy number. I'm sorry. But moving on, I think the Thunder just, they damn near, the fact that people aren't making them the favorites to win the championship, clear cut. I get it with Boston and things of that nature, but outside of Boston, Thunder should be the clear cut pick to cut down the Nets. Cut down the Nets, win the NBA championship. I'm just saying. Cavs, say, bro. After this game two, Cavs versus Heat, Donovan Mitchell might have to go on an '06 Dwayne Wade type of run offensively if they go win the chip. Now, if they just go make it to the conference finals, he might not need to do all that. But if they go win the chip, Donovan Mitchell has to go on Dwayne Wade '06 type of run. I say this because yeah, Darius Garland had a good game one. Evan Mobley was all right. He was better in game two offensively. But I don't trust these dudes on the Cavs offensively, bro. I get 4 of them have been all-stars. They have Donovan Mitchell been an all-star, Garland been an all-star, Evan Mobley's been an all-star, Allen's been an all-star. But Donovan Mitchell the only dude I trust, bro. He the only dude I trust that's gonna consistently be a superstar level player. Now, Ty Jerome also did have his moments in game one. Well, not have his moments. He had 28 points. But I'm just saying, like, in order for the Cavs to actually be true contenders and actually, Donovan Mitchell is going to have a Dwayne Wade type run, and who knows, he could possibly do it, especially after this game two against the Heat. 17.4 quarter. I'm just saying. Celtics, the most complete team, top to bottom in the league, no doubt about it. When I say that, it's because no Jason Tatum. Celtics versus the Magic. That was a losable game because the Magic do have 2 legit stars. So that was a losable game without Jason Tatum. The Celtics, just from Jaylen Brown giving you 36, Derek White being able to step up. Porzingis didn't have the greatest game, but he got to the free throw line. Al Horford can guard in space. Jrue Holiday do all right on Paolo. He can actually guard Paolo at times. Just the Boston Celtics, they have to be one of the most deep teams. Peyton Pritchard won 6 Man of the Year. I didn't agree with it, but he was not far off in my opinion. He should have been in the running for sure, and he's actually won it. So the Celtics are deep. Jaylen Brown has proven once again that he could actually be on his own team. And I got a hot take. This Celtics team could possibly make the Eastern Conference Finals without Jason Tatum. They're that good. I'm sorry. That's probably not even a hot take. Okay, Rockets. They might not get credit if Jimmy Butler missed time or he missed the whole series. And I say that because even when Jimmy Butler was playing, I get it. He went out early or kind of late in that first quarter. I think it was kind of like with 3 or 4 minutes left in the first quarter. He went out. But I think the Rockets, the way they was playing, the energy they had, it looked like they would have go win that game with Jimmy Butler played or not. But now, if Jimmy Butler doesn't come back for the rest of the series or he missed 1 or 2 games, it's going to be a thing that Rockets aren't good. Just the Warriors didn't have Jimmy Butler. Okay, the Lakers, they in a dogfight with the Minnesota Timberwolves, but if they make it out, they can make the Western Conference Finals. This, outside of the conference finals, is their toughest test because who would they play? Let me look at the playoff bracket one time real quick. Playoff bracket. So if they win, they will play the winner out of the Rockets and Warriors. Yeah. They could win that game for sure. I mean that series for sure. So the Lakers, if they get past the Timberwolves, this will be harder than a second round matchup if they can make it to the conference finals. But they got to go through a dogfight with Minnesota. So if Lakers can get past Minnesota and they're in a dogfight, they get to the conference finals. Okay, the Knicks, most likely to be the first upset of the playoffs. Knicks might be out in the first round, man. And just unfortunate. The Knicks might be out in the first round. I thought they were better than the Pistons. I thought they should have got them out in 5 or 6 games. But it don't look like that'll happen. It look like it might be a 6-7 game series. And they could possibly lose. So the Knicks, most likely to be upset. That was a random thought I had after 2 games. Nuggets. Could Jokic really be the second best player in the series? Yeah. We all know what Kawhi is. We all know what Kawhi has been in the past. The only thing we ever questioned about Kawhi was his availability. But one thing about game 2, Clippers versus the Nuggets, it was one of the first time in a long time I asked myself, is Jokic the second best player in this series? And with Kawhi, the way he plays, on the efficiency on offense, the 2-way impact, say, man, it wouldn't be crazy if when it's all said and done, Kawhi would be the best player in this Nuggets versus Clippers series. Okay, Pacers. They look like they are on a quest to prove last year was not a fluke. You got Tyrese Halliburton going that dang, which I think is lame. But you got Siakam stepping up. You have a 2-0 lead against the Milwaukee Bucks, who everybody kind of was like, well, they didn't have Giannis last year. This year they got Giannis. And Andrew Nembhard ain't been backing down. These guys have not been backing down. The Pacers look like a well-oiled machine. They probably had the best chemistry in the playoffs. That's what it looked like to me, the way they swing that ball. They might have the best coach in the playoffs. They look like they on the quest to try to make it back to the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's not crazy if they do make it to the second round and they play Cleveland. Let me make sure that's the matchup. They do play Cleveland. They could beat Cleveland, bro. So, I feel like the one random thought I had about the Pacers, even though I can't stand Tyrese Halliburton, they look like they on a quest to prove that last year wasn't a fluke. And if they get past the Bucks, it's very possible because I think they have a chance against the Cavaliers to make it back to the conference final. So, yeah. Clippers. The random thought I had with the Clippers was, if I was Kawhi, I'd be side-eyeing Norman Powell. Norman Powell he hit that clutch shot in game 2 late. But overall, the first 2 games, Norman Powell has not been playing good, bro. Let's keep it a buck. If Norman Powell plays better in game 1, damn, they win game 1. Norman Powell just has to step up with the way Kawhi's playing. Norman Powell, you have to be that third guy. With James Harden playing the way he's playing, you got to be that third guy, man. Bucks. Unfortunately, the continuity isn't there. Now, I have made a video that Giannis is one of the most unluckiest players, and I feel bad for him. Um, with the Bobby Portis suspension, with the Dame blood clot situation, with Kyle Kuzma looking like a shell of himself. These guys, the best five I think the Bucks have is Dame, Gary Trent, Kyle Kuzma, Giannis, Bobby Portis. That's their best five, and I don't think they've even played 30 minutes together, man. So I think the continuity is lacking, and they're going up against a team where they probably have the best continuity in the league right now, in the Indiana Pacers. So my random thought for the Bucks was, unfortunately, the continuity isn't there. The talent's there, player for player. Giannis is there. You would think they could possibly have the edge. I thought they was gonna win this series, but now it's like, it look like the Pacers are just probably just the better team. Okay, Timberwolves, they could potentially beat any team in the West at their best. Game one against the Lakers, in the back half of game two, Julius Randle is look really good game two. Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed look really good game one. I can't even say Anthony Edwards has looked dominant. Anthony Edwards has definitely had his moments, but if this team clicking on all cylinders, the Timberwolves probably outside of the Thunder, and we seen them have good success against the Thunder too. The Timberwolves can beat any team in the West, especially if they get past the Lakers. I thought this was both of their toughest matchups. Timberwolves and Lakers, this was both of their toughest matchups. Pistons, they have turned this into a legit 50-50 series. A lot of people were saying that going in. I wasn't on that train. You gotta sell me, man. Before I believe, I gotta see it, and I didn't see it prior to this series starting. Because if you look at the fives, you go 5 for 5s. If you go Cade Cunningham in terms of closing lineups, Cade Cunningham, Malik Beasley, Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren, versus you got Jalen Brunson, you got Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns. You would think the Knicks would blow these dudes out the water, and that's what I did. I thought this was gonna be a 5-game series. But now I've been after 2 games, Pistons legit have turned this to a 50-50 series. I don't know who's gonna win. And that's a credit to them, because last year people was going to the Pistons games with bags over their heads. Let's keep it up. You got Motown Noah crying after game 2 victory because how far the Pistons have came. But yeah. Warriors. Kerr is going to pay for his sins that he committed against Jonathan Kuminga in the way he hold that boy, man. If I was Jonathan Kuminga, I would care less about this damn series. I get it, you a competitor, you got to go out and do your job. I get that for sure. But the horn of Jonathan Kuminga, this is the Jimmy Butler injury. I don't know how long he's out. I hope he's not out long. But Kerr, during that not post game, was that halftime interview where he was like, yeah, Jonathan's gonna come in, he's gonna play, he's gonna play well against these guys. You literally DMP'd him ever since like the second to last game of the season, all the playing games, game 1 of the playoffs, and he's legit your 4th most talented player on the team, man. Let's just keep it above. Him and Pod's probably tied for 4th best player. It's Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond for what everything he brings. And then it's either Pods or Kuminga. Getting DMP'd is crazy. Quentin Post and Guy Santos, whatever his name is, playing over Kuminga is crazy. There's no excuse for it. Because you see it on the opposite side with Jalen Green. Let Kuminga play through his mistakes until, just let him play. He's been a great, I ain't gonna say great. He's been a good player. He's been a productive player for the Warriors pretty much all year when he's been healthy, bro. I get it. He's not a perfect player, but bro, for him to get DNP'd as much as he's been DNP'd these last couple of weeks, it's just been absolutely ridiculous. And Kerr's going to pay for his sins against Kuminga. That was my first thought after 2 games. Magic. It's always 3 to 4 guys on the court that put absolutely no fear in anyone's heart. I was watching, and I think it was because I still can't stand the Corey Joseph minutes, but I think it was Corey Joseph, KCP, or was it Gary Harris? But either way, let's say it was Corey Joseph, KCP, Anthony Black, Paolo, and Bataze or Wendell Carter. But it's like, man, it's always 3 to 4 guys you're not scared of at one time. It's always 3 to 4 guys you're not scared of offensively on the court for the Magic at all times. The only two would be Paolo and Franz. Cole at times, but for the majority of the time, it's always 3 to 4 guys offensively that you're just not scared of for the Orlando Magic, and that's a problem. Grizzlies, they the hardest watch in the NBA right now, in the NBA playoffs. Watching these Grizzlies get day in, day out, blew the fuck out. It's just hard to watch. This is going to be the next blow-up team. I can see this team just blowing the fuck up, getting everybody up out of there, cleaning house, from the coaches, the GMs, the players, the Grizzlies, just the hardest watch in the playoffs right now. The Heat, outgunned but not outhearted. It took a Herculean effort from Donovan Mitchell in Game 2 for the Cavaliers to pull off Game 2, and this is all without Bam doing anything. This is all without Andrew Wiggins doing anything. Shout out Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell has worked his way back to starting lineup. He should never have not been starting over Alec Burks, and Alec Burks went from starter to DNP. That should tell you everything you need to know about that. But the Heat, because you juxtaposed what's going on with the Grizzlies, the Heat made it from the 10th seed all the way to the 8th seed, and they actually have gave the Cavaliers a run for their money in both games. The Cavaliers pulled off in Game 2, and in Game 2, Donovan Mitchell had to save the day. So the Cavs are outgunned, but they now outhearted. And the Grizzlies, take note. But y'all let me know if y'all like the content. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel about these teams. What's been the biggest story after 2 games. But this boy didn't know about. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It helps out a lot. But I'm out.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.